It's been over a year, and I am still so screwed up. How do I cope and move on? After a wonderful year and a half, my boyfriend and I moved in together in the summer of 2022. We have sons who are 6 weeks apart, and I have a daughter who is 18 months older than my son. My kids adore him, and his son calls me mom. Quickly, our relationship devolved into constant communication issues. In the winter of early 2023, my coworkers, I work at a bar, started telling me that they saw him on Tinder. We met on Tinder, and they showed me the screenshots, but it still had the song it had when we met, said he lived at his old home, and had old pictures of him 40 pounds lighter, so I kind of dismissed it. At the time, he was behaving strangely, but he never stayed out late. There was a time I found a drink in his car. He doesn't drink, but that was about it. The communication issues largely resolved themselves. A week before Father's Day in 2023, a friend sent me screenshots with the message, "I am so sorry." He had matched with her in January and sent her a message, and she had just seen it. She then came to my house and showed me his changing location, indicating he was still opening the app. I confronted him about it. He said that he had never deleted the app and had been matching with and talking to people for the validation, but that he had never actually met up with someone else. I made him let me look at his phone and his Tinder profile, then deleted it. I didn't see any evidence of him actually meeting up with people. Overwhelmed, I never pressed for more information. I still have the unchanged passcode to his phone and haven't even tried to look at it since then. I love him and his son, so I chose to stay. It has been a year and a half since this happened, and I am still tormented by it. Entire days of my life are ruined by small triggers that remind me. My libido is way higher than his and always has been, and when he turns me down, I immediately am overwhelmed with terrible feelings about myself, resentment or suspicion. I keep having these intrusive thoughts about him being with someone else, or sudden overwhelming feelings of resentment or suspicion. He has made constant, noticeable efforts to make me happy, be a good parent, make me hopeful about the future, and make me feel like a part of his family, and now goes to therapy. He still makes a point of expressing remorse for what he's put me through. His family has recently insinuated that he plans to propose to me soon, and the intrusive thoughts and feeling of distrust and resentment have become so much worse since there was mention of getting married. We just got back from a long, romantic trip where he basically made the whole trip about me. And while I was feeling overjoyed and incredibly happy for the whole trip, I became overwhelmed with what I can only describe as grief and anxiety as soon as we returned to our house. I love him so much and do not want to feel this way. I do not in any way want to move on from this relationship and tear my family apart. But I need to know how to trust him and the future we are building together, and how to move on from the anxiety and trauma this has caused me, so I can be my joyful, nurturing self.